If you're hunting for a powerful AV receiver, you've probably come across the Sony STR-AN1000 and its promise of 8K video plus immersive surround sound. But here's what surprised me. Despite the impressive specs, this $1,054 receiver isn't as flawless as you might expect. In fact, the STR-AN1000 drops the ball on key features that could leave you frustrated, and I'm going to unpack all of it for you, so you know exactly what you're getting into. Stick around because what I reveal next might just change the way you view this Sony beast. Right off the bat, the Sony STR-AN1000 boasts a 7.2-channel setup delivering 165 watts per channel at 6 ohms, and supports 8K and 4K 120 HDMI 2.1, Dolby Atmos and DTS. Sound decoding. Sounds like a dream, right? But before you drop $1,000 on this thing, let me take you on a deep dive into what really matters. Performance, connectivity, setup experience, and a few hidden quirks that might leave you scratching your head. If you're looking for a high-quality receiver to power your home theater or multi-zone audio setup, this review will tell you whether it's truly worth your investment, or if you're getting more of a headache than a harmony. First, let's talk sound quality and immersive audio. The STR-AN1000 does a solid job supporting Dolby Atmos and DTS, offering immersive 3D sound that fills your room with directional audio, creating a theater-like experience right at home. Sony's digital cinema, auto calibration IX, and 360 spatial sound mapping add to the sonic accuracy by automatically tuning your speaker layout to your room's unique acoustics. However, here's a catch. Some users report that the calibration process isn't foolproof and can sometimes misinterpret speaker distances or levels, especially in irregularly shaped rooms. So, while the tech sounds stellar, in practice it can occasionally leave you wondering if your sound is really balanced. For audiophiles aiming for perfection, a little manual tweaking might be inevitable. Funny enough, even a $1,000 plus receiver can't read your mind. Yet. Now, before you assume it's all bad news, this receiver excels in video technology with full 8K HDMI 2.1 support, including 6 inputs and 2 outputs. It supports all the current HDR formats: Dolby Vision, HDR10, Hybrid Log Gamma, and IMAX Enhanced. So, if you've got the latest gaming consoles like the PS5 or Xbox Series X, or you're streaming the newest 8K content, Sony's got you covered with blisteringly sharp image quality. And isn't there always a but? Some users mention firmware updates are slow to roll out or occasionally glitch, affecting HDMI switching stability. Imagine wanting to jump from a game to a movie, only to have the receiver freeze or stutter. Not a total deal-breaker, but annoying enough. It's like buying a sports car with a GPS that keeps rerouting you to the donut shop. Speaking of ease of use, Sony claims an easy setup with a graphical interface guiding you step by step, plus flexible multi-zone audio with Zone 2 and Zone 3 support. For large homes or avid party hosts, streaming to different rooms simultaneously is a big plus. The receiver integrates seamlessly with the Works with Sonos system and popular streaming services like Chromecast built-in, Apple AirPlay, Spotify Connect, and Bluetooth. Also, Google Assistant support lets you control your audio hands-free. Despite this, some viewers complain the app controls feel sluggish or cumbersome, sometimes failing to connect quickly to Wi-Fi or making it tough to toggle between input sources during playback. It's almost like the receiver is suffering from selective attention, great with voice commands, less so with app interaction. At this point, you might be wondering if the STR-AN1000 is more thrill ride than smooth cruise. Here's a quick story from a friend of mine. He spent hours setting up his new Sony receiver, dreaming of Sunday movie marathons with mind-blowing sound. But when the auto-calibration gave him echoes in his living room corner, and the HDMI input deciding it was on vacation, he joked, "I paid premium, and now my receiver wants me to earn my movie tickets. A bit of humor aside, these hiccups do pop up often enough to make you question whether the price tag truly reflects hassle-free excellence. But who exactly is the Sony STR-AN1000 made for? If you're a tech-savvy enthusiast who loves tinkering and customizing, this receiver might be a playground, once you get past the setup quirks. It's also great if 8K video and Dolby Atmos are priorities, because it future-proofs your system for the next few years. However, if you prefer straightforward plug-and-play with zero hiccups, or share your home with less patient family members eager to watch TV, this might lead to extra headaches. Think of it like a high-performance sports car, powerful and flashy but demanding careful handling. Now, I promised you some twists, and here it comes. Despite some drawbacks, the STR-AN1000 holds several hidden gems that surprise you once you dive deeper. The multi-zone flexibility is not something you find in every receiver at this price point, letting you simultaneously enjoy different audio sources in separate rooms. Impressively handy during family gatherings, or when you want background music diving into different zones. Another cool feature is the seamless integration with Sonos systems. If you're already invested in Sonos or plan to add their ecosystem, Sony's compatibility shines, allowing a wireless multi-room experience without juggling multiple apps. It's almost like Sony and Sonos finally stopped playing hard to get and teamed up for your listening pleasure. Let's not forget the streaming options. With Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Chromecast, Apple AirPlay, and Spotify Connect onboard, it's versatile enough to stream your favorite playlists or podcasts with minimal fuss. But I have to confess, sometimes the variety of streaming protocols makes the receiver a little too social, and occasionally confused about which connection method to prioritize. Kind of like when you're at a party and someone asks, "Wait, what are you doing again?" To which the receiver might respond, "Streaming what? I'm just here for the vibes." Nonetheless, the vast range means fewer roadblocks when moving between devices, which scores big points. And here's a joke for you. Why did the AV receiver break up with the DVD player? Because it wanted 8K, but the DVD player was stuck in 480p. Get it? Okay, maybe stick to the review. But seriously, this receiver's video edge ensures your home cinema is future-ready. Before I wrap up, a quick note on power consumption. The STR-AN1000 pulls 240 watts and requires 120 V60 Hz power. It's sturdy enough to power large 7.2 setups without breaking a sweat. But if you're environmentally conscious or want ultra-low standby power draw, better check your energy budget. Nothing like a powerful receiver to remind you to do your cardio or pay higher electric bills. So what's the final verdict? Should you buy the Sony STR-AN1000? In short, yes, if you want cutting-edge audio and video tech with multi-zone flexibility, and don't mind tinkering a bit with setup or firmware occasional quirks. It offers strong Dolby Atmos/DTS support, various streaming options, and excellent compatibility with Sonos and Google Assistant, which makes it a compelling choice for the price range. But no, if you want hassle-free plug-and-play simplicity or flawless HDMI switching right out of the box, Sony's STR-AN1000 is not necessarily an entry-level option for casual users seeking simplicity. It's better suited for enthusiasts willing to invest time to get the best out of it. Still, if you want a receiver ready to deliver cinematic 8K content and impress your guests with stunning surround sound, the STR-AN1000 delivers with style and future-proofing. Imagine watching the next blockbuster, the speakers wrapping you in sound so immersive you forget you're at home. Now that's worth a little extra patience. And since I promised more laughs, here's one. How many AV receivers does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They just amplify the darkness. All jokes aside, Sony's been a trusted name for decades, and the STR-AN1000 reflects their decade-long expertise, flaws and all. If you're curious about the best deals on the Sony STR-AN1000, I've dropped a link in the description below for the lowest price I could find on Amazon. Grab it there because sometimes patience and a click lead to a spectacular home cinema upgrade. Thanks for sticking with me through this honest review. Hit that like button if you found this useful. Subscribe for more real talk on the latest tech, and comment your questions or experiences with this receiver. Happy watching, and may your sound be as crisp as your popcorn.